not using my Wi-Fi, so I'm just on regular internet. So if it's a little bit choppy and blurry, please let me know down in the comments down below or in the chat feed. Sorry, used to that hole in the comments down below. If you haven't noticed, my lawn is doing pretty well. It's actually doing extremely well. I did want to talk about a few things that I am seeing down in my lawn, and obviously I think I need to show the front of my car. All right, there's some people. I was just making sure that we were going live. So we won't be doing this eye thing. I'm trying to grab my drink that I'm holding, and I'll find a place to sit down so that we can talk. So I didn't do my honeydew live list this weekend. I want to start doing them on Wednesdays. What's going on, Lazy Lawns? I want to do them on Wednesdays. I think they're going to be a little bit more beneficial for everybody. We can kind of get a game plan to go into the weekend instead of interrupting people during the middle of their plans. I've had a lot of people who have not been too great there. Everybody else is always talking about what they're drinking. Mine is obviously an Arnold Palmer, and I don't drink alcohol, so it's non-alcoholic. This is definitely just a half and half iced tea and lemonade. So whatever your drink choice is tonight, hopefully you're drinking up and having a good Wednesday night. Things that I want to talk about in my lawn, and if you guys don't mind leaving it over here in the chats. What's going on, Richard? Sorry I didn't see yours at first. Jamie, what's going on? First Aussie. Hey, look, I'm doing it when you can watch me now, Aussie. You can be the first Aussie in the middle of the live stream. So a few things that I wanted to, yeah, Arnie's are always good. A few things that I want to address is that I am seeing a few things in my lawn, things that people are freaking out about overall with their lawns, and it's things that you really should not be worried about. What's going on, Nestor? How's it going? One of the things that I have noticed and noted down in our lawns is that we are getting what is called seed stock, and it's not so much the seed stock, it is going to be trying to purchase, and then we're going to sit and talk. It is so much the seed head is what everybody is seeing. And this is why I normally wear glasses. I just can't read your comments if I'm reading glasses. I'm going in the shade. All right, so this is a shade shot. I don't like shade shots, but this is a shade shot. You saw how good it was looking from outside the shade shot. So one of the things, like I was saying, I want to talk about is seed head, and I don't see any right here because I've been chopping it and I've been mowing really a lot lately. And so with mowing a lot, I've kept my seed head down to a minimum. But what happens after you chop it is that you then get, and I'm trying to just fill for one. Here's one right here. You get what's called seed stock. It's going to be these hard little stalks that you're going to see in your lawn. And the thing that it does is that it makes our lawn start to cast. It doesn't allow for a good cut. It looks like my blade is dull, but my blade isn't dull. My blade is actually super sharp still because I switched it just a little while ago. And as you can see, let me see if I can get past my mic to be able to flip my screen around. All right, there we go. You can see that it looks like it's tearing the blades. But if you look at all this seed stock in here, like all these hard pieces, it's hard for the mower to cut through these, and it is causing the blades to look like it's tearing. See all those blades looks like they're torn and stuff? It doesn't give a really clean cut. As you can see, it looks like immaculate, but I'm seeing a lot of this, and so it's like leaving a haze over my lawn. So it's not a big deal, not a horrible deal at this point in time, but what it's showing is that, you know, the blade isn't able to cut through grass as easily just because we have that hard stock, and it's tearing it and it's causing this kind of a look. So unfortunately, like, there's a couple of ways to do it. Is just suck it up and get over it, chop it down lower, then let it grow, because the seed stock won't keep growing if the head's not there. Or suck it up again. So those types of things are what you're going to be seeing in a lot of lawns right now. Seed stock can be a problem in your lawn if your lawn is not healthy. If it's not doing well, it's trying to go to seed so that it can procreate and like make itself better. The second reason why you're going to be seeing seed stock is because, or seed head, is because your lawn is healthy and it's doing what it's supposed to. And it then has the nutrition and it's looking really good, and it knows that it can put its seed in there and be able to, you know, have a good seed. Or three, why I'm getting it so bad is I overseeded in the fall because I did that sanding. And so I have a bunch of new seed in here that just goes to seed stock the first 2 years. So if you overseed, you're going to see a lot of this all the time. But the problem is, is that you get a lot of this where it's casting. You can kind of see how it's shown like a white tip and it'll go yellow and it looks like the lawn's struggling, but it's just because of that cut. And it's all these seed stock. Everywhere that you're going to see it, you're going to see this seed stock. So that's the unfortunate part about it. It's not a bad thing. And if I haven't illustrated it yet, seed head. Right there, some seed head. Oh, where are you? Come on, come on, come on. Focus. Focus. All right. Anyways, seed head. Okay, and left behind is this stalk. It's a lot more rigid than what the seed head is. And if you want to know the absolute worst seed stock, like to get, is rye. Rye has the absolute worst seed head, like stalk that's left over after the fact, than any other one. I saw some up here earlier, so I'm trying to see if I can like find some rye. Like, look at how thick that seed stock is right there. That's a rye seed stock. That's a lot thicker. Thing is huge. So I don't really like rye as far as its seed stock is concerned. It's good to have it as a blend, as an overseed, those types of things, to have a different cultivar in our soils. But once again, it's not a bad thing if your lawn is going to seed. It can mean that your lawn is actually healthy and doing extremely well. So the other thing I want to address, I'm not watering very much, but I got a lot of organic material in here, and guess what I'm seeing? Some shrooms. So I had them really bad last year, and I'm starting to get them again this year, even with on low watering. I have so much organic material in here that every year it looks like I'm just going to throw some mushrooms. So once again, mushrooms are not a bad thing. They are not a sign that your lawn is doing horrible. It is a sign that your lawn has actually got organic material that's breaking down and is going to be good. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. If you don't like them and they're unsightly, go ahead and pick them, get rid of them, don't eat them. But it's a good thing. You can look at your watering habits. Like I said, I haven't been watering this, so I just know that it's because of organic material, and we've had a couple of rains, so they've popped up and they're in there. So if I didn't like them, I'd just pick them out. No biggie, not a big deal at all. Like, you can see them all over in here. So now, with all the things out of the way that I just want to talk to you guys about, the seed stock and the mushrooms. Once again, look at that seed stock in there. Oh, see that casting? Like, it looks ripped. That's the part that sucks, is that when it does that, like all that from a distance, it looks like it casts white and it doesn't look like clean. You can see that white spot right there now. And that's what the whole lawn does if you have seed stock in there. Oh, just a bummer just to have that, but it's not a bad thing. You just mow it out or just deal with it for a little bit and then it's gone. All right, now, like I said, after we're done doing all this, let's sit and talk. See what you guys got going on, what you guys are doing, how your weeks are going, and what you guys are going to be looking at doing this weekend in your lawns. Oh, where'd my drink go? Right here. All right, so hopefully you guys have been commenting over here. And if you have, I love it. All right, Dwayne, what's going on? From text over to here. Seed my Bermuda. Oh, you in Bermuda now. No germination until 11 days. I know it ranges from 7 to 30 days, but I'm so impatient. I get it. I would be so impatient I would kill it. I go kill it. I don't think that you really need the Bermuda. Kill it. Weed. Just kidding. That'll be kind of fun to watch you do that. Hate the stalks, I agree. Hey, Jeremy, pitch dark in Chicago right now. And I know that's why Utah, it's kind of nice. It's shaping up. I'm actually able to sit in the shade. I do have sun still across the front lawn, but being able to get a little bit of shade off of that makes it really nice. Let's see, Burbeck down today. I don't know what that is. Mine just filling me in, Cass. Can't wait for that to grow out. Yeah, seriously, seed stock can be a pain. With the auto mower set at 1.5, I'm noticing that the seed heads are staying low 1.5. It's not that weird, but it's weird. No, I agree. I have some that are down and in that will not come up so that they'll get whacked. And that was like kind of what I had to look for. Because it's at like, I don't measure my grass, like, let me be honest. I think it's like 1 3/4 maybe inches is what it's at right now. Yeah, I get it. Oh, GrubX. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, GrubX. Good application right now. Super good application, Cass. Having the same issue, brother. Yeah, seed stock and mushrooms, they're not really issues. They're really telling us that our lawn in 85-90% of the cases is doing extremely well, and that we're doing the right things. We have the right materials in it. We are making it healthy. It wants to perform. So it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Like I said, 85-90% of the time. So unfortunately, sometimes it's unsightly. You know, it's not cool to look at a mushroom, but I always think that, hey, maybe I have a colony of Smurfs that are going to move in one day, and we'll have the blue Smurf team in here. It'll be great. I don't know. Dang, you're late. No, you're not. You're on time, Emmy. Always on time. Actually planning on planting my garden, attending my brother's wedding and graduation party. Would rather be mowing. I second that fact. I definitely second that fact. I like the mowing wants and needs there. Planting gardens isn't too bad. Attending brother's wedding, yeah, weddings can be a little bit. Graduation parties are cool. You know, they only do that once. I've had 3 weddings, so it's not a one-time thing. I did graduate, I guess, twice. I have higher education, so I guess I walked twice. But yeah, I'd rather be mowing also. Mowed my 4 yards today and started a weed pulling project at an elderly customer's house. That will be filmed tomorrow. Nice. Very good. Like, anything that we can do to help others, amazing. That's amazing, Andy. Kudos and props to you there. That is super cool for you to do those types of things and assist where you can assist. Because some people are unfortunate, you know, with age or illness or sickness or just something that's hindering them, where we can help and be helpful out in society and stuff. So that's super duper cool of you. Really like hearing that. Princess Cut Lawn Care, what's going on, brother? How you doing over there? So, doesn't look like you guys are too chatty tonight, which is totally fine. Just wanted to come to you guys and just talk to you about those things, just so that I could actually title this honeydew list and have a reason for people to come in here and look it over. I saw this. Have you tried any of the Kelp for Less products? If so, any you recommend? So reconstituted products are a little bit different than stuff that I traditionally use. It's something that I can break down dollar for dollar, cost for cost for you on a spreadsheet, not just off the top of my head right here, because I have to write it down and I have to math things out. As far as it goes, is there anything bad if you're going to be putting down kelp, humic, or iron, or anything that they reconstitute? No. You definitely can get some really good products there. Is it as cheap as what some people want to say it is? No, it is not as cheap as some people tout it to be. And I definitely can break down some different costs and products, and we can look at like comparisons. And I don't have a problem doing that for you. But is there anything wrong with the products? No, not at all. But it's not as cheap as what some people tout it to be. I can break that down for you and we can have a real conversation there, because I'm a numbers guy. I really like to play with numbers and think about things like that a lot. And so I can definitely break it down. But as far as are they bad products? No. Definitely, if you like them, go ahead and look into them and use what ones fit your needs. I do like, I think I said the 3 that I actually like: the kelp, the humic, and then the iron. Are all things that I believe that they do. I haven't looked at their site in about 1.5 years, if I'm 100%. But yeah, definitely not too bad of an option there. Sorry, having to scroll back up. And working on fine-tuning my irrigation since I noticed some spots not getting enough water. Putting back the Rainbird van nozzles. Just as long as that's what's covering it for you, that's been the biggest challenge. I've helped so many different people with watering irrigation needs this season. It was very apparent in a lot of lawns because we had a really bad winter to where they didn't get a lot of water. And when you don't get a lot of water during winter, when you come out, it really is exemplified in your lawn. You can see the dry areas. You can see the patches where it's not doing so hot. It's not doing great. And we had to address a lot of things. I was out helping a person last night with their lawns, and he had two sprinklers that were just plain out buried. One was completely buried, like underneath, and the other one had been cut off when he had it installed 3 years ago. So every time he ran that zone, he had one that just was like squirting water underneath the ground, and it would get like super soppy wet, but it didn't like make sense, and it just didn't ever click until we looked at it. And so water is king, guys. I've had to tell a lot of people this, and a lot of people have kind of written me off this season about it, but water is king. If you don't have good water coverage, you don't have a lawn. If you have good water coverage, you really don't have to do much. Like this lawn right now, seed stock taken away out of this situation, the seed head, this lawn is rocking. It's super on point. It's super easy right now for me. I've only put down 1.5 inches of water. I did give it another half of water just right before it rained, because it wasn't supposed to be a big rainstorm. And so like I was like, nah, I'm gonna do it. And then I did it, and then it was like a back-to-back couple of days. So I feel bad. But I put 1.5 inches of water, and it's rocking. Like my lawn's doing its thing right now. And as far as nutrients are concerned, I really haven't put much on it. I've put down zero 0.3 pounds of nitrogen on this all season so far. Just up here in the front. Like whenever I talk about my numbers, it's normally for my front patch. It's not like my park strips or in my back or anything. So you don't really have to do a whole lot. The other thing that I've done a heck of a lot better this season is mow. I'm tossing out pictures on my Instagram a lot more of me mowing, and it's because I've taken care to mow a lot more. Number one thing in your lawn care is water, hands down. You can't beat it. Like number two, hands down, is going to be mowing. Number 20 on that list is going to be I hope you're watching this. They're chinch bugs. If you're not watching this, I'll text you in a minute. The next thing that or number 20 on your list is going to be fertilizer. Fertilizer is the number 20th thing. Like you, above all else, like soil amendments and everything rank way higher. And I know that I'm going to preach this to death, but water makes the biggest difference. If you have good water coverage, like it goes a long friggin' way. My backyard has made huge gains just recently, and it started drying up and it started looking patchy again. But I really kind of like focused and looked at it and made some nozzle changes, and I made sure that I was getting a lot better water coverage head to head and making sure that they were all positioned correctly. And my lawn is like redoing itself. In the back, it's had more like 2.5 inches of water this season. Like I said, I always talk about my front yard when I talk about like numbers. My back, I'm just trying to dial stuff in right now. But water is definitely king. That was a long explanation for that, but I just want you guys to know how important it is and not to write it off. Like, if you reach out to me and you're like, oh, I'm seeing this in my lawn, and I say it's water, we really need to explore it's water. Just so that we have that all out of place, or already. Let's see. Ever place plugs of grass from one place to another in the lawn to fill in the spots? I'm thinking about doing it, yes. Make sure that before you do it though, in a dog pee spot, that you flush it through. I would recommend, like with the baby shampoo, just get it pushed down and through. Do like 3 applications of baby shampoo over about a week and a half, just pushing it down and letting all that nutrients flow through. And then yeah, plugging is a very solid option. It's one of the better ways that I have shown people how to take care of it after they flush those areas. It's really worked extremely well this season for dog owners, especially here in Utah. We didn't, like I said, once again, water, we didn't have a lot of it from the winter. So every time the dogs went out there, it was cold enough to where the urine would come out of the dog and they'd pee in the same place, but it wouldn't get flushed through with water, or it wasn't on top of water to where it could like drain through and stuff. And so when it unthawed, it just put straight urea straight into the ground right there, and it burned really bad. And we had a lot of dog spots this year. And so one of the best ways that I've been telling people is to flush it through and then plug, and then you see it fill in a lot quicker. Where you move the plug that had the urea and the spot, take that, scalp it back down to bare dirt when you put that plug back in wherever you're putting it, and it will grow and fill in there really quickly. All right, Just applied liquid iron and hydrotane. Video posted yesterday. William, I'm going to watch it after I get done here. Nice. You should be seeing results of that liquid iron if you let it feed foliarly for like 6 hours. You definitely should see that thing greening up and popping already. Hydrotane, solid move. I love this stuff. I did apply it earlier this season just because they had sent it to me and I made a video. And so it had hydrotane in it. So that 1 inch of water was with hydrotane, and I'm not trying to hide it. The video is there. You watch me put like hydrotane on my lawn. It's not pre-recorded. That was this spring. So it is in there, but my roots, like I had that next video, the last video I put out, my root mass down below is insane. So I know that I have hydration, that I have good deep roots, I have a good solid base for my lawn. And so I really think that one, hydrotane works, but two, that it was a good place. CA Power, howdy, how are you? Let's see, scroll back up. Wish it was still daylight over here so I could be out in the lawn like you. Man, today, no joke, I have probably been out in my lawn for 5 hours, just doing different things, shooting different videos, enjoying my lawn and being a part of it. It's definitely become kind of a home for me, and it's became nice again. It's a decent passion for me. Wish you could be out in your lawn as well. Wish you were actually here so you can enjoy a nice cool drink with me, and we could enjoy a lawn together. Have multiple landscape projects to do now. That school is out. Some hedge trimming and have mulch job at family members' houses. Nope, don't block him. Nope, messing up. All right. So gonna be busy the next few weeks. You're a hardworking young individual. Nail it while you got it. Definitely get your stuff going. Definitely you have some great projects and you have a great channel over there, Andy. Loving what you're doing. Keep it up. What kind of spruce is that drooping tree in the background? Over here, that is a weeping white pine over there. I have a couple over here that people actually like. We can go walk and talk for just 1 second. Oh. This guy right here, oop, there he is. This is called the Blues. It's a weeping white spruce as well. And they kind of like hang over. This is my absolute favorite, this guy right here. That is a Alaskan weeping cedar right here. I love him. He is actually a really cool one. And once again over there, the Blues, the weeping white spruce. And then this is a weeping white pine right here. So that's what that is. Now that we've gone on a field trip, eh? All right, I'm gonna go sit back down, go enjoy my lawn. Kind of tree. Water is king. All the yards here are checking out already for a lack of water. Where are you at? 79 Mini, where are you at already? Because it is definitely king. It is definitely one of those things that it will check out if you don't have the proper water coverage. I'm in zone 7. Zone 7B, I want to say. Let's see. You might not even be talking to me. It might be just somebody else. I just saw it pop up. KBG lawn looking better than ever. Dug up 12 huge hostas today and divided into about 100 small hosta plants. Replanting them tomorrow. Heck yeah. Well done. Would you mind sending me that? I'd like to see your replanting project with hostas. I don't really have a lot of places I can plant them because I don't have a lot of shade in my yard. I don't really have shade yet. Would you mind sending that to me at JeremyofTheGreenerLawn at gmail.com? I'd love to see your project on that. Hey, Jeremy and company, how's everything going? Going extremely well up New York lawn. Hey everyone, can't stay long. Phone is about to die. Mine is too. So when it dies and we lose feed, is what it is. But always good to see you pop up Mo's low. Definitely love that. CA Power, howdy. That is howdy. I read that right. Life is good here in Virginia North. Nice, love it, love it. Your landscape is beautiful, thank you. There's a few things like, once again, we're going on a field trip. Oh, let's go on a field trip. I don't know why I'm in a field trip mood, but I guess we're in a field trip mood. So, if you notice, like here in it, you're gonna see like my my drip system and everything poking up. I am having a company come over and renovate some of my landscape in these beds. And so that's the reason why I haven't freshened up my mulch yet and I haven't reburied my drip tubing, because we're gonna rip it all out. So right now, it's something that is going to be renovated. If you notice from previous videos, I used to have a couple of trees over here on the side of the house. They're gone in preparation for some new stuff coming in. These 3 bushes up front, they're all getting ripped out right here. And like down along the edge, like I've never really got anything great to grow or anything in here. So they're really gonna help me out with this. Over here in this bed, all these shrubs are going to be pulled out. You see that the tree that was over here is gone, and then the little shrub that, so tree was on that side, and the shrub was on this side. I've all pulled that out, and they're going to be helping me with that. And they're going to be putting in a bed in my backyard, so it's just not so plain and like just plain Jane. I'm waiting for somebody to say something to me, because I purposely, being naughty, and I do this just to, like, I don't know, push buttons. I don't know. I probably just am being oppositional for no other reason. Just I want to hear somebody say something. But down my fence line, if you look, there's all this grass. Like, it's super long. Ryobi tools always are trash. I know when you come in here, I really appreciate it. Thank you, Chaka Gillis. But underneath here, like, I laugh because I'm doing it more out of like, I'm waiting for somebody to say something, just because I need somebody to say something, let's be honest. But in the next like week or so, and it's been pushed back a couple of times, the real reason I'm doing it is that I'm putting in a mow strip, so it'll be so much easier and this won't be here. And I'm just kind of like, meh, we'll leave it. I want people to be like, your yard isn't great, look at this. And that's kind of what I want. But all in all, those types of things, when you have your landscape and everything, you see the things that kind of irk you or bug you. And those are my things. So I appreciate you saying that my landscape is beautiful. I really do. It is going to have some changes. So you'll see some of the flaws now that I pointed them out. And it all works. All works. Hey, Jamie, don't tell him that. Because then if you tell him that, and he won't keep giving me $2 every time he wants to say that. I like his $2 in his statement. All right, sitting back down. Done with that rant. Alrighty, so have to go back up. Thank you though, William. I really appreciate that about the landscaping. What zone 7B? Very nice corner lot. Yeah, so on the corner lot, it's 158 feet deep by 96 feet wide is how long. Kind of narrows up here on the front, but nice corner lot. Has a lot of edging, has a lot of weeding that I have to do, but it makes it nice. I get a little bit more lawn than everybody else around, and it's really cool. Really helps out having the lawn needs. And being in a cul-de-sac, I get one of those things I get a little bit more of a lot here as well. My lot's about 14,801 square feet. So it's a decent little thing. We started I like the Ryobi tools. Seeing a bit of stress in my backyard lately after a mow of 1 3/4. So I'm gonna have to give up for a while and let it grow to 2.5 inches ish. Don't stress it. Like, it's not anything to worry about. Get it to a solid point and then just bring it down over time. If it's like low points and stuff, fix your low points. But don't stress it. Like, you don't have to do the cry emojis over it. Just take it up and enjoy it for what it is. Figure out why it's stressing down at that level. If it's breaking the 1/3 rule, or if it's like scalping because you have unlevel places, whatever it is, just fix it. Like, no reason to like worry about it. Let's see. West Central Florida. Nice. Nice. You said that you had, I'm trying to remember back. Did you say you had a Kentucky blue lawn? I'm trying to read back now. Where are you? Nope, way too far. Way too far. Water is king. Yard here is checking out. Oh, okay. You didn't say you had a Kentucky. You said water is king, and I put that together with Kentucky bluegrass. So, are you in one of the sandier places? Is that what your problem is? Or are you guys not able to water as much? Like, what is it? Why is it checking out in West Central Florida already? Dang. Okay, I'm in 4B. Oh wow. You're down there, or you're up there. Sorry, I went the wrong way. You're up there. That's definitely one of those colder climates. Nice shirt. You like that? Old school. Throw her down. Let's. Hold on. I'll try that one more time. I got the voice though. Throw her down. Let's hope for the best. That's my best Alan Hayne impression right there. Oh, somebody send that to him. He'll love it. Nice shirt. Nice hat, bro. Yeah, this is the old school. Rocking the actual old school today. My dog got a hold of the top little piece, but I still got it. Yeah, this one's 4 years old now. She's seen better days. She's seen better days. Definitely need to get some of these back. All right. Seeded tall type fescue about 3 weeks ago, and now seedlings are over an inch. I used Scott starter fertilizer with tenacity, and it seems to have worked, but now weeds are starting to pop up. So my whole rant on tenacity is that it's that guy that can do everything but can't do anything really great. It's it okay, it does have post emergence. It does have pre-emergence, and you can seed on it. It doesn't do anything extremely great. So you're gonna see some weeds pop up. Like a good pre-emergent usually is about a 90% efficacy, like where you're gonna watch it and block about 90% of the weeds. Tenacity, I haven't seen any actual data or anything, so don't kill me on that. But I feel it's like 50, maybe 60% is all that you really get out of it that I have ever seen. And it's not a huge like problem. It's definitely blocked quite a few weeds. Just after it gets well established, just go back out with a post emergence. You'll be totally fine. Don't stress it too much. The key to right now is to get that baby seed healthy, established, and then you can just go and knock weeds out all day long. So don't really stress it very much. It's unsightly, I get it, but just, give yourself a little bit of time and then just go knock those weeds out. Not a big deal. Do you lock your teenagers in the house while filming? Never see them harassing you. So I am a blended family. So both of us have other halves, ex individuals. And so they have them on the same time frames. And so a lot of the time when I'm out filming is when I'm not with my kids. And so that's the reason why a lot of the times you never ever see them, is because I take the time when I don't have them with me to be able to enjoy, my lawn, being with you guys and stuff. But when I have them, I try to enjoy them because life is short with them inside the house, and they're decent. So I actually like them around, you know. Let's see. Grinder works well for me. Chaka, when he said Ryobi tools are trash. Overseeding 2 years in a row, yes or no? Yes. Here's what you're like looking for. If you get a good solid base of cultivars in your lawn so that you have a couple of different, like even if it's monostand or if it's like if you like different blends, like as long as you have a couple of different solid seed blends within your lawn, you're gonna be fine. And then you can just kind of give it a maintenance routine after that. But 2 years in a row, if you haven't done it before and you only have like whatever singular thing came in your sod or your seed or your hydro seed or whatever you did, it is good to get a couple of different cultivars, different blends, different tolerances in your lawn. So yes, I would recommend it. I would not use the exact same seed. Like I wouldn't use the seed that I used the beginning for the second one. I wouldn't use what I used for the second one for the third one. I would use different ones unless you are going true, and I think it's a mono stand, like one single like blend that if anything gets in it can take out the whole lawn. That type of thing. If you're going for that, that's cool and well, and then stick with the same seed. But if not, yeah, 2 years in a row, use a little bit different blend of seed. Use, you know, on the first one, use a really dark green one. On the second one, use something that has some more stress tolerance, has heat tolerance, and does better with drought. You know, give yourself a little bit of variety in there to help it out. Mine's a mongrel mix. Like mine really is a mongrel mix of a few different things. I know all the blends that are in it now, but it's just kind of a mongrel mix because there's probably 9 different cultivars of seed, like different blends of seed in here now. It traditionally came with a 4 Kentucky Blue. I didn't know that, like, before I was doing this whole talking to the camera and teaching everybody, I went and got a Fast and Green from my J&J that's around the corner from me, and it's their Fast and Green, and it was a rye and a Kentucky bluegrass mix. So then I had thrown rye in my grass, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Just tossed it out here and hope for the best. Now I like look back and I'm like, I'm really glad that I have a rye KBG blend. And so those are the 2 cultivars that I throw at it now. I have thrown Baron Bruggs, their Kentucky Bluegrass, and I'm losing the name of it. And I've thrown the RPR. That was both what my my blend was for overseeding during the fall when I did my leveling. And I have in a bag, it's in a box, I have Pete Denny's Blue Heat is the other one that I have in there that will be going down on this the next. I really like the different blends. I really think it makes my lawn stronger. And the green is not bad. Like, it hasn't had many nutrients this season, and it's rocking. It's doing its thing. It's been low maintenance for me. I've just given it mowings very frequently. I think I've been doing like 3 times a week. I've been a little bit better, and I have not really even thrown water at it a whole lot. Like I said, I put down 1.5 inches all season so far. Hydrotane, I don't want to take that out of the equation. There is hydrotane in it, so there is something that's holding moisture in it, but it's really doing its thing. It's like holding on really well and not needing a whole lot of nutrient input. So soggy clay. Here's going to be a hot button for a few, but totally fine with me. Soggy clay, some of the things that you are going to want to look at is if you are high on pH, so you're 7 or above, gypsum is extremely good for soggy clay, hands down. It definitely helps allow things to penetrate and drain down through your soil profile. It does extremely well at what it does. We use it here in Utah a lot because we do have clays, one, but we have very high salinity in our soils because we're on the basin of the Great Salt Lake. And so we have a lot of salinity that will rise up as water tables and stuff push up. And so we have to re-flush salts and stuff through. So gypsum works extremely well for us. The reason I've used gypsum is I haven't seen a lot of salt issues personally. But I have seen like drainage in my backyard. I'm the low point to 4 houses, and I was getting ponding early 4 years ago, and I applied it for 1.5 years straight, and I don't get the ponding back there anymore now. It's very minimal, if any, at all. And my neighbor had taken, so he had Rainbird 5000s, and they had 8-gallon per minute heads in them, and he had them dialed all the way down so that they weren't shooting very far. And so every single minute I had from 4 different heads over on his side, I was getting 4 gallons from each one of those heads dumping into my backyard every single night for 20 minutes a zone, like on that zone. So for 20 minutes, I was getting 4 gallons times by 4. So every single minute I was getting 16 gallons times that by 20. My mouth isn't going to be there tonight, of water just dumping straight into my lawn. And I would go out there early morning and it would have a little bit of ponding effect and it would be squishy. But by noon or by the midday, it was all dried up. And it had that much every single night. And so it does help quite a bit. Humic acid helps. Any kind of soil amendments are definitely going to help. A quick bang for your buck to help getting it go through quickly is going to be baby shampoo. That really does give you a quick bang for your buck, because it's just it's a penetrant, so it's like surfactants. They allow things to like penetrate down and through, and it's going to break those hydrophobic bonds that are in the soil. And so those couple of things definitely will help you up north, to allow your soil to drain. Like I said, we have really bad clay here, and those have really helped me and really made a huge change in my lawn. Between the humic acid, the gypsum, and the baby shampoo, all three of those have been extremely great. Aerate has been another one that's really assisted me. It's not as quick as the baby shampoo, but it's a lot longer lasting. It's a little bit different formulation. Is really good to allow those micro fissures to open up, start to, let stuff penetrate down and through. Baby shampoo with aerate is a really great kind of a combo hit for instant relief and then long-term reaction down in the soil. So there's a few different things. If you want, reach out to me at JeremyofTheGreenerLawn@gmail.com, and we can talk about it. We can definitely dial some things in for you if that's what you're looking for. Advantages of corner lot. More people to see your nice green turf for you. Yeah, advantages of being on a corner lot. They cut through. For some odd reason, this is a throughway. Little feetsies all the way across. Seriously, it's not a sidewalk, bro. It's not a sidewalk. Yeah, no, there's advantages. It's nice being out on this edge, like a lot of people do get to see the lawns. I am the yard of first mention, if you guys have ever heard that term, because of, which way am I thinking? Oh, it's out there. So that is a main road right out there. So as they turn in, they look directly at my lawn. It's called the yard of first mention. It's first one they see as they pull in. So it's kind of nice. Definitely works out. I have about 10,000 square feet green yard. Nice. I like that. Frank B, what's going on? SLS in your front yard too, or still using different ferts to keep testing? So front yard is going to stay, I don't want to say it yet. Like there's a video I'm going to put out that's going to tell what my regimen is for my front yard. It is, so that you kind of know, it is going to be a micro-fed regimen. As soon as I put it out, like I don't want anybody to still this yet. They can still it as soon as they stick it out, then I could care less. But until I stick it out, like I'll tell you, just get a hold of me on DM or however like on DM or through, if you text me. I don't know if you text me. And I'll let you know. But yeah, Simple Lawn Solutions is in the back. I'm actually going to split their plot into two. And I will tell you, I am going to take and put Anderson's products right next to the Simple Lawn Solutions. So it's going to be Anderson's one side, Simple Lawn Solutions. I'm going to have a couple of different little plots everywhere and just using it. Oh, lack of rain. Oof. Red flag warning for fire. Ooh, that's really bad. Do they put restrictions on you, 79 mini? Do they limit how much water you can use, or is it a city culinary thing to where you have to pay for more? Because here I get secondary water. We pay $250 a year, and it's not metered, which kind of isn't a good thing, but they should meter it, but they don't. So people overuse water badly. If I sit here long enough, 2 lawns are going to turn on in just a few seconds every single night. On my second season, learning how to keep my yard green. Nice. I like it. I like it, CA. Hey there, Grace. How are you? Have you ever put plugs from the back of your yard to fill? Oh, wait. Oh. Emmy, I answered that. Yes, I have plugged 4 different areas of my lawn. I have used it for dog spots. I have used it for just like random plugging. It's a super easy way of, you know, getting grass to grow in places, because the nice thing is it doesn't disturb the deep root if you get as deep as possible. I use the Pro Plugger. It has a 6-inch depth. And so the nice thing about it is I take 6 inches out somewhere, I put 6 inches in, and it has that whole, that's what she said. It has that whole, I just killed myself on that one. Let me try this conversation again here, guys. So it has that whole amount of root structure still in there, and you don't lose it like you would like on a sod where they cut it off and you only have a small like 1 to 2 inch mat. You get 6 inches worth of depth that you are taking from one and placing in another. Zone 9B, South Central Florida. I need to water 45 minutes per zone, well water. What is your watering schedule in your area, sand versus whatever you have? So it isn't how long you water. I would really like you guys to understand it's not the length of time to water. It's however much it takes to get 1 inch in your worst spot for that zone or zones that cover that area. You need 1 inch of water per week, and if you're above 95 degrees, go ahead and go up to 1.25 inch of water per week. That's how much grass needs to grow. That's a healthy amount of water. You don't need more unless you're going to see it struggle. You can add things like hydrotane to help you water less, but you still have to have a good amount of water. It's not how many minutes you water, it's how long you need to water to get that 1 inch of water in. So in my worst place, my longest zone is 80 minutes a week. Because it's 1/8 of an inch, and hopefully I fixed it. I got to actually do a cup test tomorrow. I was playing with them today and I didn't have time to do a cup test, but I hopefully fixed it. So it's 80 minutes for that zone, but most of mine are 1/4 of an inch per 10 minutes. So I only have to water 40 minutes a week, and I usually water once to twice a week, depending on how hot it is. Like right now, I would only be watering once if I was regularly watering. And then as it gets a little bit hotter, as it gets into the 90s, I'll kick it over to 2 just to kind of give it a little bit of heat stress over time. But it's not how many minutes, it's how much water you're getting down. And I have clay soils. Clay soils have a tendency to repel water and then hold water a long time. So it isn't like sand where it just drains through and you just keep draining through and you need some kind of organic material in there to stop it. We have organic material here. We just have to unlock it so that it can hold in the soil. And one of the biggest things and the tricks with mine is because it's clay, it goes hydrophobic easily. Like it will repel water, and I have to kind of pay attention to it and keep baby shampoo at it so that it just like doesn't reject water and it will penetrate down and in. Aerate will work for clay soil. Yeah, it works. Aerate actually works extremely well in clay soils. It's one of my favorite products. My absolute favorite hit to throw at a lawn right now, and it has been for years, is Aerate and RGS. It's one of my favorite hits, and it probably will be going down here in the next probably week, to be honest. But overall, that is my favorite hit, is the Aerate RGS. I call it my power hit, always have, ever since these came to our homeowner hands. I've been using that, and it's been a great power hit combo for me. Always makes my lawn super relaxed. Like it brings it back, kind of turns it around, allows it to breathe, gets the roots deeper, it just relaxes my lawn. Like the best way I can explain it, you just have to see it to know what I'm talking about, but your lawn just relaxes. You can just tell that it was like stressed out and it was freaking out, and all of a sudden you hit it with that and you just kind of see it just kind of green up and just it seems like it breathes. Baby shampoo. I use an Ortho hose end sprayer. What I do and my technique, people always want to say to me, how much per thousand, how much per thousand? I don't worry about per thousand. I am more of a, I take 4 to 6 ounces, put it on a 2-ounce sprayer, and I just go out and I spray my lawn. Anywhere that's dry, I give it like a little extra spray, and then I flip it over to off, and like I water it in really heavy in the dry spots, but everywhere else, I have it just on that 1 ounce, and I'm just walking my lawn. And so I usually use anywhere from about 4 to 6 ounces on my 8,000 square foot lawn all over. People always want to, see, can you hear those sprinklers kicking on? Oof. Do not water at night. And every night, don't do that. Don't do that. So, I forgot what I was answering. Oh, baby shampoo. So a lot of people like want how many ounces per thousand. So put 2 ounces per thousand, 1 to 2 ounces per thousand if you want to do it that way. Like me, like I said, I take 4 to 6 ounces of baby shampoo and do my whole 8,000 square foot lawn, and it works out just perfect for me. I do it every 3 to 4 weeks is my time frame that I use, because that's about all the longer it's going to last. It doesn't last extremely long. It's a super temporary fix, but it just helps my lawn just keep that water penetration and not go hydrophobic on me, so it extremely helps out. That in combination with like the aerate and the RGS has really helped my lawn quite a bit. The best places that I have seen the most effect from is I have metal grates. I have 2 of them for like drain grates, and I usually get a reseeding because they get so hot because they're metal. And ever since I started using baby shampoo every 3 weeks on those, like I've been able to keep it green right up next to it without having any kind of issues. Aerate is awesome in clay and shell soils. Extremely true. Evening, how's it going? Lawn journeys. Limited to 2 days a week. Count water between 8 a.m. and 4 p.m. Okay, not a problem. Start it. So I normally tell people to start their watering. Yes, Utah's up. We're beating Memphis right now. Go Jazz. I usually tell people to start watering at 3 a.m. Start from 3 a.m., go till 8, then cut yourself off. That's the best time because your temperature is going to start to swing up and you're less likely to get funguses. So yeah, that's totally fine. And you're limited to 2 days a week, totally fine. Just split however much it takes to get that 1 inch of water in, split it over 2 days. Like I said, in most of my places, it's 40 minutes. So what I actually do is I add an extra 5 minutes to break like whatever hydrophobic has in my soil. And so I do 25 and 25. So it's 50 minutes when it should be 40, but it goes hydrophobic over time because it dries out from the top down. And what I do is that I water it for 10 minutes, and my ratio kind of does this for me, but it waters for about 10 minutes a zone, and then goes to the next zone, next zone, next zone, and then it comes back that next 10 minutes, next zone, next zone, next zone, so that it can penetrate down and in. And it does it twice a week, so I water 25 minutes one day, 25 minutes the next day, and that's how it actually works. So if you can figure out how many inches or how long it takes you to get that 1 inch of water down in your soil, it'll definitely make a huge difference. And you can do it over 2 days, not a problem. This is normally ran on 1 or 2 days of watering a week. That's it. Like it's not a hard process. And I'm in clays. I have hydrophobic soils where they really don't like to get a lot of water in. I'm in the desert. This Utah is a desert state. We do average 95 degrees in the summer, even hotter. We can go up to 105, 106 here. So watering, you can definitely get it done. If you have sandy soils, there we go. Get some organic material down in your soil. Get some peat moss, get some kind of like humic acid, get stuff that's going to retain that down in your soil. And over time, it will hold moisture for you. It just won't all drain out. Get some of those retention products like humic acid, peat moss, things like that are going to hold that moisture in that soil for you. And it will make a huge difference. Your root cycling, as it goes on, it's going to create more of a sandy loam, and it will help over time. Right now it might drain through really bad, but if you get deep roots that have that root cycling going on, it's going to really help your lawn and help your soils quite a bit more. Wow, we're almost on an hour. An hour, I'm going to give up and I'm going to tap out because it's getting dark on me. All right, let's see. Secondary water sounds awesome. It is. Getting a little rain here in New Jersey this evening. Have irrigation, but would prefer rain